Here on the Raspy Dispatcher. If you're new here, allow me to say welcome. On this channel, we talk about everything 911 dispatch, especially Criticall. In today's video, I'm going to pull from questions that you guys have asked me in the comment section on Instagram about Criticall, things that I missed, things that I hadn't answered yet, or just things you wanted more clarity on. Pulled through a couple of those questions and we're going to go through them today. In my opinion, the main difference between the post-test and the Criticall test is the test format itself. Now, the intention of these two tests are the same. It is to gauge potential employees on their fundamental abilities to do this job. But how they go about figuring out if that person can do it, the formatting is just completely different. The post-test takes me back to high school, college, buying the 25-cent Scantron out this machine in the library. It's all like traditional test-taking format. You're in a large group of applicants. You're in like a cafeteria or a large room setting. You are given a Scantron. You're giving multiple test booklets. With this type of test, they have the audio section, and in the post-test, the audio is played on a speaker, boombox sound system for everyone to listen to and answer the questions in that section. While Criticall is all computer software based, it kind of gives you an individual little, cubicle to take your test in. You have your own headset to hear the audio. And it's just a very different format, but the end goals are the same. In my experience, you do not get a scratch pad, piece of paper, or a place to take notes when you are in the Criticall test. Now, when you're actually dispatching in the real world, you do have that function within your software to utilize in your actual job and role, but for the actual Criticall test, it's straight off of memory and your ability to recall. You're not going to be able to write something down and then input it later. Yes, you could type any way you want. You're being scored on what you are able to put into the computer, not the manner in which you put it in, as far as your fundamentals in typing. Yes, you can look at your keyboard while you type, but one thing I want to make you aware of while preparing to get into training with this job after Criticall, when you enter into that, got the job, gonna start training position, is that you have to have the ability to look up from your keyboard when doing this job, because a lot of things are happening at one time. You could be typing, working a hot call, another call is coming in, an officer is asking a question, there's 6 different screens you're looking at, so you have to have the ability to scan while you type. So if you are someone who tends to look down at your keyboard a lot, don't let that discourage you from taking the test, but make sure that you are definitely practicing to have the ability to get your eyes off that keyboard, just so you can be successful in this job and during training. So words per minute, it typically varies, and it's usually one of the prerequisites when you are submitting your application before you even get to the Criticall portion. Typically, you have to submit a typing certificate with your application in order to be considered. Their minimum words per minute that they are requiring differs per agency. Typically, 40 to 50 words per minute typing certificates will usually get the job done. Simply by doing what you are doing now, finding the information, finding the basic knowledge about the Criticall test so you have a well-rounded understanding of what is going to be asked of you and the manner of which it's going to be asked of you. I think half the battle with nerves is having an understanding of what the test is going to throw at you. So just by doing this, by looking into different videos that are out there, different information that is out there about the Criticall test, you're already taking a step towards being able to counter those nerves come test day. Thank you so much for joining us today, watching our videos. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Check us out on Instagram at the Raspy Dispatcher, and of course, theraspydispatcher.com. Any questions, leave them in the comment section. And of course, until next time, stay raspy, everybody.